Hello guys, welcome back. In this video we'll be learning about drainage pattern. Now if you see the pattern formed by the streams, rivers, lakes, right, is known as drainage system. Now if you see, the drainage pattern is governed by the topography of land, that is the geomorphology, and the lithology of the land, right? Structure, what is the geology, are the rocks hard or the rocks soft, so on and so forth, right? So a river starts from the point of origin and it goes up to the mouth of river. There are some tributaries, there are some distributaries along this complete path. Now rivers can be divided into two sequent, that rivers which are slope dependent, and insequent are the rivers which are slope independent rivers. Okay, now again, insequent rivers, that is the river which follow the geomorphology, that is the slope. Again, it can be divided into two parts, the consequent and the subsequent, right? Now the consequent are the rivers where the stream path is only dependent upon the slope. Okay, for example, if you see the South Indian river along the Western Ghats, since the Western Ghats is something like this, and the river moves towards the Arabian Sea. Okay, and these are consequent rivers. Subsequent, the term sub, the prefix sub here means after. All right, so stream depends both on slope as well as lithology. Okay, the stream which originate chronologically subsequent to the consequent river are subsequent rivers. Okay, for example, the river Ganges is flowing and the river Song joining it, and river Yamuna flowing and river Asan joining it, and this all happening close to Dehradun. So chronology is very important. Consequent Ganges, subsequent Song. Okay, as it is written here, Asan and Song are subsequent rivers joining the main Yamuna and the Ganga, which are the consequent rivers. The next rivers are the insequent rivers, which are slope independent. Okay, the earliest were slope dependent. Okay, let's see. The first is antecedent rivers. Okay, so these are the rivers which maintain the original course despite subsequent changes in topography. Okay, so suppose the river was flowing through this land, and suppose up warping and down warping happens, and the land goes up, but river still maintain its path by down cutting, such that, and this is only possible if the rate of the down cutting equals the rate of up warping. Okay, the faulting. For example, the Brahma river, the Brahmaputra river, the Indus river, and the Arun river, these all are antecedent river. Okay. The next is superimposed river. Now, when the consequent stream character in above layers are superimposed upon the layer below. What's the meaning? Let's see. Suppose this is the land and this violet region is an hard rock. Okay. Now, after millions of years, this complete land was submerged under loose unconsolidated sediments. Okay, so this deposition, after this deposition, a river starts to flow. Now the river completely erodes this land, and it also, now this river flow, the flow of river along this almost straight line was a character of this upper layer. But even after the removal of the upper layer, the river maintains its path. Okay, it erodes the hard surface. So this character of upper layer is superimposed upon the lower layer, and that's why it's known as the superimposed layer. For example, the Son river cutting the Khanjua ridges. Okay. Now, the joining of the tributaries with the master stream produces a pattern. These are termed as drainage pattern. It's largely a reflection of structure on the stream. Okay. For example, the dendritic pattern, the parallel pattern, the trellis pattern, rectangular pattern, or the radial pattern, right? So let's see what is dendritic pattern. When the irregular branching, this is like irregular branching, and it's quite similar to the tree's branches. And what does it indicate? It indicates the flat region with uniform composition. For example, the river Ganges and the Indus form this dendritic pattern. Next is the parallel pattern. When the tributaries and the master stream flow parallelly, suppose the river is flowing in this direction and the tributaries joining it also flows in this direction. So these are the parallel flow and the joining of the master stream along the steep slopes. What does this indicate? This indicates steep slope. For example, the drainage pattern in the Western Ghats because of the steep slope. These are not seen in Eastern Ghats. The next is the trellis. The trellis pattern develops in the areas of alternative weak and resistant rock. So here you can see these are the weak zones, and these are the very hard rocks because of which the river has not inundated it. Okay. A more or less net pattern you can see. So this is the main river, and these are some of the distributaries, or it may be tributaries also. So these are the hard rocks, and these small regions are the soft rocks. And one beautiful example is found in the old mountains of Singhbhum, that is the Chotanagpur Plateau, and the trellis pattern is found there, right? The next is rectangular pattern. The rectangular pattern develops on highly jointed bedrocks, okay? And you can see this in Vindhyan mountains. These are very, very popular. For example, Chambal River, excuse me. These forms these are formed in highly jointed bedrocks. Okay. Finally, we come to the radial. Now, radial can be both. It can be inwards or it can be outwards. Okay. As you can see, the outward flowing river would be because of some dome, some volcano. All right. The inward river, the inward flowing all the rivers, it could be a basin, it could be a lake, right? One beautiful example of this, the out radial pattern seen is the flow of Narmada, Son, and Mahanadi, all in different directions, all originate near the Amarkantak hills.
Radial drainage, if you see the river Narmada starts from here, okay, it goes to the west. Then if you see a river Son, the tributaries of river Son finally goes to the north side. So Narmada to the west and Son to the north. And somewhere or the other, even in fact the Mahanadi also, the tributaries of Mahanadi, although it's not shown, the tributaries of Mahanadi flows south and it joins the Mahanadi river, making the Mahanadi river, right?
Right. The Narmada flows west, the Son north, and the Mahanadi to the southeast. The inward drainage is found in the Loktak Lake in Manipur. All right, so that was all. Thank you.